Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we're continuing our run to taking down the legendary Goku event with mono teams. Now, this run was just me wanting to flex. There was two things I wanted to try and do with this. One, I wanted to show how stupid that, obviously, this girl is right here, Videl, the queen. And I wanted to show how dumb the easy STR Broly is. Now, this is just a quirky build I came up with. I was only going to do, like, 3 runs at max on this, right? I was not going to jump in for this over and over and over. But basically, the setup here is I'm going to try and rock the 50% support Kabe and the 50% support Hit as a rotation. And then STR, Kale, and Videl as a rotation. So having these two characters, like those characters together like that, they're going to be very, very defensive. So Hit and Broly, I should mention, don't have a full leader skill. Hit is only getting the 120% is what Broly gives? Yeah, 120% on 4 key. Hit is only getting that, and so is Broly. He's only getting that. The rest of the team is getting the 120% from Broly, as well as the 120% from STR Kabe, right? Now, the thing about... Okay. So, number one, this could have been a lot easier. Both my Kabe and my Hits are not, like, super highly link leveled or anything like that, right? Those are not characters that I've really worked on that much. Also, the friend Broly, I believe, is not level 10 links. See, this is where the link system actually, like, it's just a bit problematic, I guess, for someone like me. Like, I legitimately love Dokkan and have fun playing Dokkan 12 hours per day, every day, and that's just how it is. Like I actually do. Like, I'm grinding characters links all day long, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, but, like, most people aren't like me. So, like, I look at the friends list, and it's oftentimes, you know, these LR Brolys at, like, you know, link range 5. Like, a lot of the friend units are not, like, full level 10 links and stuff like that. So, for challenge runs like this, obviously, that does hurt a bit. Now, remember that Kale is going to be stacking. Every single super attack she does is going to permanently raise her defense. But she is not guarding, because we do not have a Caulifla with her. If we had a Caulifla with Kale, then she'd be guarding at that point. But this rotation is just going to be too much anyway. Kale and Videl, I think they might only have 2 links together. Fierce Battle and Battlefield Diva. Because let me see. Kale's links are Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Battlefield Diva. I think she has solid support. Wars Universe 6, Turn Up Power, and Fierce Battle. Yeah, so Battlefield Diva and Fierce Battle are the 2 links that Videl and Kale have. But, I mean, Battlefield Diva, you know, gives 3 key. Although my Kale, I don't... Let me just pull my Kale up real fast. Her Battlefield Diva is level 9. So she's only getting 2 key from it. That's unfortunate. Kale is another character I have to get the full level 10 links. I mean, look at these characters I'm bringing in this sort of challenge run right here. And I don't even have them, like, full level 10 links. Like, it's just... There's so many characters to link level, dude. There's so many. And then, like, there's, you know, new characters all the time. I can't keep up. I can't. By the way, so Videl has her costume change mechanic. Remember that Videl's costume change mechanic interactive skill. It gives her a permanent attack buff, but also a permanent defensive debuff. For the most part, I just don't really think there's almost any reason ever to really utilize her active skill, honestly. You know, unless it's like the final turn, like, oh, if I pop her active skill, I guarantee I'm going to finish this boss off right here. But Videl is already guaranteed double supering every single turn. So every single turn, not only is she guaranteed double supering, but she's guaranteed double attack stacking. So that attack is just building up and building up and building up and building up, right? Now, I am, you know, playing it more a little bit cautiously, a little bit safer. So I'm running, you know, Kale in slot 1, who's stacking her defense infinitely. And then we're rocking Videl in slot 2, right? Now, remember that Videl, her defense at the start is going to be okay. Remember that we're only on a double 120% leader skill for Videl. But after she double super attacks, her defense is going to be high. Like, she'll be taking double-digit damage even from Int UI Goku. And if she triple super attacks, she's going to be looking really good. And then here's where this setup works relatively well. You know, Kabe, specifically, Kabe is a unit that, like, in a difficult event like this can be very good, but you do have to get him in slot 1. Because Kabe has a 9-turn, 30% attack and defensive buff. So for those 9 turn, like, you know, you're keeping him on rotation, super attacking every single turn with him, and his defense and attack are going to be very good. Then, of course, he's also supporting the whole team. He's creating the STR orbs, right? Keep in mind that Kabe and Hit, the 3 key to STR units that they give, it's universal. They don't have to be super class or extreme class or anything like that to get the key. That key is for all STR units. So, you know, if I end up like floating them around or anything like that, like it's going to work out very well. All right, so STR Vegito, he is going to be very good later on. I will want to transform with him, not because of the healing. The healing is not really that important to me. It's his other god effect, which is the 10 turns of seeing where enemy super attacks are. It's just going to guarantee that we're not going to lose, right? Well, if UI Goku, like, if we have a rotation where it's like, you know, we have the LR STR Broly and UI Goku is hitting, you know, 5 times in every slot, we're in trouble. Because, again, with Broly only having 1 leader skill, he's normally fine because he does raise defense in every super attack. But we will have to still be a little cautious with him, right? You know, we want to make sure he's at least, hopefully, triple supering, and then he can at least tank a little bit. Now, so, like, notice Videl is just going to sit there and just stack her attack and get ridiculous damage. Because of the fact that I'm rocking Videl in slot 2, by the way, we're not going to get... Like, there's a lot of attack I'm leaving on the table for Videl, and then also her super effective against all types I'm also leaving on the table for Videl. Neither of those were getting active, like, every single turn, right? So then there we go. Like, see, this is where this build works out really well, because this rotation right here, then we do this, and we're just full healed. Like, this is why the 50% supports, in particular, some of them, like, Hit is really good, Kabe is really good, the Int Kid Gohan is really, really good as well. Honestly, the Kabe and the Kid Gohan, I think, are the 2 best. Kabe is probably number 1, because he's a Super Saiyan, and, you know, he's just going to work really, really well. And, again, having that 9-turn defensive buff is just really good for difficult content. Look at Broly right there. 2.3 million, and he's only got 1 leader skill. He's so good. I love it. Like, so, like, I was, like, for physical, it's like, physical's got a lot of great units, but I was, like, kind of, like, team building, and it's like, man, like, leader skills and stuff is a little bit tricky, like, who exactly I'm going to run as leader, like, how I'm going to go about this, right? You know, Int was obviously super easy. I look at the roster for STR, and it's like, I'm belly laughing. Like, dude, there's so many different ways, like, double LRS, like, just running, like, extreme STR could probably get it done. I mean, because... Back in the day, STR was, like, like the hardest. Like, I remember when I first beat the Legendary Goku event just with mono teams, right? The one I had the most trouble with was STR. Because you have 3 phases where you're at type disadvantage, and the only time you have type advantage is the very start of the event when it's piss easy anyway. So STR has it the worst here in the Legendary Goku event. But now, at this point, STR units are just so good that it doesn't really matter. There's just so many options that will do great here, right? You have the STR Majin Vegeta. Remember that he's going to be getting 25% attack and defense per orb because we're fighting a Goku family category enemy. You know, how about LR Turles, right? Like, you know, one thing about these runs, these mono runs here in the Legendary Goku event is, like, worrying about the most difficult portion where you have type disadvantage. You know, the blue Goku stage, right? We will have type disadvantage. But, like, with Turles, if you can get, you know, you pop the Fruit of the Tree of Might with Turles, because you'll easily be on, like, what is it? Is it turn 6 or 8 for Turles? It's turn 8. But you very likely will be on turn 8 by the time you get to Blue Goku, right? So, you know, you could just pop Turles' active skill, and you have a guaranteed super effective against all types attacks. You're going to just completely bypass Goku having type advantage. And then Turles has, what, a 50% chance to do an additional after that with 24 key, right? So, like, LR Turles is actually great for a challenge run like this. Prime Battle Frieza would dominate. LR, STR, EZA, Broly is like a top 5 unit in the game, right? Like, I could have relied a little bit more so upon him because he does a lot of things. Like, he's super effective against all types because we're fighting a Goku family enemy, and he's getting all this extra ki and stuff like that. Doesn't Broly also guaranteed hit? So, like, you know, if UI Goku's dodges were a little bit more scary for me, like, you know, I could have, you know, made that a concern as well. But it's just like, I don't know. There's just really so many options. Bojack would definitely work well here. STR Janemba would work great because, of course, you know, defensively he'll be fantastic against, like, the Blue Goku, Int UI Goku, stuff like that. I think STR Metal Rildo actually would be fairly capable in here. You know, provided you're getting maybe some double super attacks. Maybe if you're running him with another GT boss where he could be a little bit helpful, but the only other GT boss off the top of my head is STR Omega Shenron. He definitely... Omega Shenron's not good for this event, STR Omega, because Goku, once you get to the tech God Goku portion of this event, he no longer can have his attack debuffed, so you really don't want to be, like, relying upon STR Omega. Obviously, Big Daddy Cooler, still going to be godly in here. You know, transform with him turn 3, and then he's just going to be stacking attacks by the time you get to... You know, all the 3 Gokus at the end, Blue and the 2 phases of UI, you'll be able to destroy them with Cooler's guaranteed crits, right? Cooler is just so dumb, dude. Like, he's just so, like, that, the transformed Cooler, like, I really, they've made him, like, so far ahead of his time. Like, I wonder what the reason that they made that Cooler so good was. Like, why? Like, he's competitive still with, like, some of the more recent good TURs. Like, I would definitely say, like, you know, Gogeta, Broly, the GT Super Saiyans are all definitely better than Cooler. But, like, again, Cooler is, like, still very competitive with them. It's just insanity. And Cooler, you know, is, like, a year and a half old at this point. Obviously, we're using Hit, right? Hit is, of course, a defensive stacker, as well as creating STR orbs and stuff like that. You know, so it's a very good combo. Hit stacking defense really made it easy for me to just, like, run this team build as well. So, like, that was good. By the way, I brought High School Gohan. It wasn't really for Videl, right? Like, High School Gohan's presence on the team allows Videl to potentially use her active skill. And then the first super attack she does every turn is greatly stacking her attack instead of regular stacking. But I did not bring Videl just for that reason. It's just, you know, High School Gohan is a nice support type unit, and he's also very good defensively. I mean, look at this. This is probably the hardest phase we have to go through, because obviously Int UI Goku does hit, I imagine, harder still, but, like, at this point, like, High School Gohan took under 100k. Like, he's just such a crazy unit for a free-to-play unit, right? Like, that's why, like, I've got him level 10 links. I think I might have given STR High School Gohan some equips as well. Let me see this. So, he's got a level 4 defensive equip on. Okay. Of course, like always with these no-item runs, I do go through all of the builds for the characters that I used here at the end. So, you know, we will take a look at that. All right, so I transform with STR Vegito. The reason I decided to do this now is now we're close enough to the end of the event where I can see all the enemy super attacks, and it's definitely not going to take us 10 turns to finish this event off from this point, right? So I felt very comfortable transforming with STR Vegito now. The healing, I did not need the healing, because, like, Kabe and Hit are going to be fine on the next rotation, and of course they're going to regenerate so much health. So it's not really a concern so much. But I just did it because I wanted now the 10 turns of being able to see where the enemy super attack is. Because, like having that knowledge will allow us to, like, very easily sort of maneuver our way through the 2 UI Goku phases, right? Now, right around here, though, I have reached a point where I do have to start protecting Broly. That's sort of the only downside with this strat that I'm rocking right here. But keep in mind that we'll see when Goku is super attacking. So we know Goku is not super attacking in this turn. We don't really have anything to worry about. Again, remember, Kabe does have to remain in slot 1 with that 9-turn stack of his. There are several other units that could help out a lot in here and could be good. You know, like STR, Tapion, and Minosha certainly could do, like, we could rock them in here, and I think they'd be fine. They definitely would be units that would be very good. It's just we'd need a proper unit to pair with them. It's just that, like, there's not, like, another super good, like, STR Tapion or Nail or Pycon. Like, those are all the type of characters that link up incredibly well with Tapion. And we don't have, like, an STR version of any of those characters, right? Which is unfortunate. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta definitely would work well in here. Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito would as well. And I think Blue Vegito is a little bit better for these types of challenge runs because he has the guaranteed double super, which gives him the guaranteed double defensive raise. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, at this point in the event, if I was using... my strat with the Blue Fusions would be to have them, after they transform, be in slot 1 and 2 to build up their attack and defense. They need, what, 11 hits? Then after that, I would start floating them. So they have their full built-up defense from their passive. Then they would be getting defense from their super attack effect. And then they'd also have the 50% chance to dodge as the floater, right? That would sort of be the way I would run them. That would work with Blue Gogeta, right? You just get the attack buffs and the defensive buffs, in slot 1 and 2 for the first, couple turns. Then start floating him. And then with the guaranteed double super attack in slot 3, plus the defense of the dodging ability he'll have, defensively, that LR Blue Gogeta would he be fairly good. That would work out really well. I think 2000 day Goku, Spirit Bomb Goku, would work really well here. Obviously, I don't really know about running. I don't know that I would run him before his Easy 8. But if you've got that Spirit Bomb Goku Easy 8, he would be a really good option. Again, here, like, we know where the enemy super attack is, which will allow us to work well. Because, like, maybe I actually would have gone with STR Vegito in slot 1, because STR Vegito, here's the thing about him. Sometimes he could be a little bit iffy defensively, depending upon the circumstances. See, like, he's only at 130k defense, right? That's not as high as I would like in, like, a situation like this. But those counters, dude, the damage he's going to do is going to be unreal. So, like, I'm pretty sure in one of these turns, I do have STR Vegito finish this fight off for us with the counters and stuff like that. STR LR Vegito Blue, remember, he still is a stacking unit. The only thing about STR Vegito Blue is that he only stacks defense on his 12 key super attack. And as part of this run, a lot of the time, we are going to be at lower health levels. So that's when STR Vegito Blue starts giving himself a lot of key, and it no longer becomes possible for him to easily 12-key super attack and stack his defense, right? Which becomes very problematic. I'm impressed at UI Goku's tankiness, by the way. Only 300k damage on a counter from STR Vegito. That's very impressive. I mean, obviously, we're only on a double 120% leader skill, right? Because, like, the main real challenge with these no-item runs here in the Legendary Goku event is leader skills. Like, I need to first come up with, like, a good leader unit and then, sort of balance the team around that. Like, super, super important. Now we're so deep in the event, though, that was going to work out really well. Kale is going to be able to heal up a lot for us just with STR Orbs. Hit is going to be able to heal up a lot for us with STR Orbs, right? Like, I was able to maneuver the field to be able to get, like, a bunch of STR Orbs for Hit, which is going to allow us to heal up quite a bit. And then Kale will be able to tank that enemy super attack right there, right? So it's like, that's where the 50% supports can really show their effectiveness in events like this, where, like, creating all these STR Orbs, what that's going to turn into is just a shit ton of healing. Other units that could be good in here, honestly, STR Android 18 on a rotation with Videl surely would work. I mean, I could have rocked a double Videl team, and this probably would have been a joke. Let me quickly build Videl's team for Defender of Justice and Peppy Gals. Let me see. Could I have run just a straight-up Videl team? So we could have did Videl, Kabe, Android 18, Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yeah, we could have got High School Gohan. We could have had Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyan Man. He would work. Super Saiyan, or Great Saiyan Man number 4 would work as well. He's a stacker. Kale is, yeah. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have just ran a double Videl. I'm stupid. Dude, we would have beat this in fucking 10 minutes. Like, double Videl. Like, she would have destroyed this in, like, seconds. Yeah, and that team would work easily. 2 rotations. 18 and Videl, and then Kabe and Videl. And then, Kale, you could let her stack. Again, High School Gohan or Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyan Man. And then, I didn't even... Okay. I was too busy wanting to get LR, STR, Broly, and Videl on the same team, and I decided on this. When, like, Videl, like, herself... Oh, my God. That double Videl team would have destroyed this in seconds, dude. Oh, she's so crazy. Just looking at other units. God Topo probably would work well here. As long as his health is under 70%, damage reduction is high. Again, Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku. LRB Pan after her EZA would be fantastic in here. With her guaranteed damage reduction, the healing, everything that she does, she'd be so good. Here's where STR UI Goku, when you start getting these guaranteed crits and shit, whew. I mean, you could use, like, the STR Hybrid Saiyan Trunks, as long as you're able to stack with him a little bit. I mean, he doesn't need the stack, but for obviously a challenge run like this, you would like the stack. Is there an STR Kid Gohan? There is one that's only an SSR, one of, like, the units on that initial opening banner. Yeah, we need a better STR Kid Gohan. If we had, like, a really good STR Kid Gohan, that would help that Trunks a lot in, like, events where we're only doing STR. Like, if we got, like, a Dokkan Fest, you know, Bojack movie Gohan. Look at this. See, like, my links for Kabe and Hit are pathetic. But again, dude, there's so many units in the game I have to link level. It's tough. Like, everyone is like, do this unit, do this unit. It's like, dude, it takes a week at least to link level a unit. I'm trying so hard. Like, it takes so long. All right, so let me know what you guys think. A little bit of a quirky team I did here, but I was having a little bit of fun with this one. Again, I could have just did double Videl and we'd have beat it in 5 seconds, but, you know. I don't know. Like even Videl at the double 120% leader skill destroyed this. She's just so stupid. She's very silly, honestly. She's so dumb.